Attempt number 3. What's going on, my little piglets? It's your BFF Pork Chop here, and I'm coming at you with another... Actually, not another. This is the first installment of the June Vlog Challenge of 2020. I'm going to do this the entire video. I'm just going to stand right here. The entire video. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. But yeah, welcome to the first entry of the June Vlog Challenge 2020. I've been doing this for years. Actually, right even before I met her. Yeah. I think I actually talked about talking to her like for the first time, I think, and like I think it was like the first year I ever did it, or it could have been a year before. It was a year before the next year. I think year two. So that means I started doing this in 2014, y'all.
That's actually how I got to know him, because we first started talking on June 12th. And you know him, he cares about his piglets very much, so he advertises his YouTube channel everywhere, and so I would watch his June Vlog Challenges religiously, which is part of the reason I love the June Vlog Challenge, because I'm guilty of not watching most of his videos, because while you only get to see him, 15-30 minutes in a video, I get to see this beautiful face all the time and hear his wonderful voice all the time, so but I still support him 110%. But June Vlog Challenges are very important to me. Yeah. That's where I got to learn more about my honey. I learned that he was Team Spencer for Pretty Little Liars.
Still am.
Yeah.
Even though everybody else, she's like my dark horse, but anyway.
It's the first time I had ever met somebody that would openly talk about me before we were even an actual item.
Yeah, and I don't get that at all.
And talk about me in such kind ways, and talk about his friends in such kind ways. I got to learn a lot about his personality rather than just what he was texting me or when we would Skype or whatever. It was really nice. Yeah,
it was just one big auditioning tape. One big audition tape.
That's no lie. I was hard, man.
But yeah, like I even said, I was talking to this amazing girl, and I remember it like it was yesterday, driving around my grandma's neighborhood talking about it. But yeah, I just wanted to say, welcome to our bedroom. This is the first time that you're actually inside. I don't know what to call the house, because my grandma's house, it was Casa de Pork Chop, so I got to change it to something else here.
I like Mosley Homely.
Mosley Homely, there we go. So for those of you that didn't know, that's my last name. So we looking at me like that. And shit, I love you too. This is what we spent most of our quarantine doing. We repainted the walls here, and I'm gonna show it.
Take his toy again.
She likes whatever he likes, and that's pretty much it. But these walls used to be just a like blue, like sky blue.
It was a little boy's bedroom.
Yeah, this was the house that we got it from. There was a mom and a dad and 2 kids. So one was a girl, one was a boy. So this was his room, and it was a blue wall, and the other one had has a neon like green wall as her room, and you can kind of see which one they liked. But I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, because her room's way bigger than this. But
I think she was just older.
You're right. She's probably just older. I'm just messing. I'm just talking crap.
The people that owned this house before us, though, were like masters of DIY.
Oh, they were.
And I will never forget coming in and looking at the house for the first time and just absolutely falling in love with what they did with the kids' bedrooms, because they took their likes and their dislikes very seriously, and you could tell. Like, you can't see in the video, but we have an accordion closet, and we haven't changed it yet.
I'm going to give you all a tour later on in the video. I'm going to get off the stand.
Did it themselves, but the door handles for the accordion closet are baseballs, like, screwed into the wall that they cut in half themselves and screwed into the door, and then put, like, an ornamental baseball bat, screwed it into the baseballs.
It's pretty cool. It's very, like, like the entire house, like, you just see what was theirs, what made the house their home, and a lot of things that we changed now because we kind of wanted to make our own house a home.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I loved her decorations.
They were great. They were really great.
We had very similar tastes.
They I assume that when they I forgot to give y'all a heads up. He's gonna hump her, and they're both fixed, so don't worry about that. But he has a little Napoleon complex. But yeah, at one point it was just 2-bedroom, 1 bath, and then they added this on the other bedroom. But one time I was out there getting Christmas lights down, and I completely missed it the first time. But they have a whole thing of gutters up in the top part of the garage, and I was like, man, it'd be kind of nice to have gutters. So yeah, maybe that might be another project for another day, is putting the gutters back in, because it certainly helps, obviously, when it's raining. But I don't want to clean the gutters, if that makes sense. So it's a pro and a con. But anyway, I also forgot to say Happy National Olive Day. I'm gonna do. I tried to do this a couple of years ago, and I think I botched it. I think I missed like a whole week of. You can't get up. There you go. It exploded?
No.
Okay. So,
Yum.
So what do we got?
They're Kalamata olives.
They're
Greek.
Greek olives. Coming out. That'll be fantastic.
Very salty.
I like salty olives. Ooh, man. Those are saltier than green olives.
Yeah, they're good.
Wow.
I bought them because I was supposed to make Greek pita chicken burgers. And
about that.
then I got sick.
Yeah.
And it was Mother's Day. For those of you that don't know, I'm a florist. And Mother's Day is the second largest holiday, only to Valentine's Day. It's not uncommon for us to put in over 60 hours of work in a week. This Mother's Day wasn't that bad as far as hours, but I still didn't have enough energy to cook. So when Colin said it was National Olive Day, I was like, hey, go get the olives out of the fridge.
Well, there you go. It was like National Parent Day, and it was National Western Australian Day, and National Olive Day. We live in America, so not Australian Day, and we had a jar of olives. So there we go. But still love our parents out there.
At least you have two.
Come
you knew it was coming.
I have 3.
Well, you do have 3.
I have 2 mommies. Remember that. So.
My mom died when I was 14.
Yeah,
so.
I think I've mentioned.
I make
before.
jokes about it. I'm really okay.
Yeah. So when we play Cards Against Humanity, it's like, what's Batman's guilty pleasure? Only she is allowed to play the dead parents card.
Okay, but my favorite time to play the dead parents card is what is there a lot of in heaven?
Dead parents.
My favorite. I love having that card, especially because not everybody feels this way. I think I just use humor as a grieving mechanism and a defense mechanism. But I have found, because I have a little club of friends that have lost their moms as well. And I have found that a great majority of them really, after the initial shock wears off and the initial grief wears off, you tend to actually get some kind of sick enjoyment out of making other people uncomfortable, because nobody else would ever point out that my mom died.
Yeah.
Nobody else would ever do that, because I surround myself with wonderful people that would never point that out. But I really, really love making, when somebody makes a your mom joke, I really love telling people, especially like if it has a sexual innuendo or something to it, because that's usually what your mom jokes are. Mm-hmm. I really love to say, well, then you're covered in ashes, because my mom was cremated, and I love to watch the look on their face as they realize what I just said. Sometimes it came from somebody that I actually love very much, and they just mouthed off forgetting who they were talking to. Other times, like when I worked at Walmart, it was towards actually one of my managers who was kind of a prick on a stick. So it was my favorite thing in the world to watch his face drop and then tell him, don't worry, I won't report you. It was great. It was magical. It's like I have a secret weapon.
Yeah, totally. And it's funny, though, because I kind of have that same sick enjoyment, especially growing up, because my mom and dad divorced when I was 9, and the writing was kind of on the wall as to why they got a divorce. And so, you know, I went through, like, the last, 2 years of elementary school, all the way through middle school, high school, and even into college.
Quit being a nosy.
So when a guy would be like, hey, Colin, guess what I was doing last night? And then, of course, like, your mom, or I was plowing your mom, or,
quit.
You know, your mom and I, went 3 times last night, whatever. And I'm just like, well, that says something about you. They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, obviously you don't have a penis down there. You got to have a vagina, because my mom likes girls. So what does that say about you? And they're like, A for effort, buddy, and just pat him on the shoulder and say, have a good day. But yeah, so that was always kind of a sick pleasure I got, like she did, about saying that, you know, dead parent jokes. I could say your mom jokes and be like, oh well, that makes you a woman. So congratulations. But yeah, we mentioned a couple of things we wanted to talk about today. I can't sit in Indian style anymore. My legs are getting sweaty. But we talked about our Netflix queue yesterday as kind of like a little teaser, a little appetizer. And we've got 2 movies in. I forgot one movie, but we're 2 movies into our queue on Hulu. First one, they're both night and day. The first one is a animated kids movie called Abominable, and it's a really cute movie about this Yeti that's like
quit whining.
A Yeti that's kind of tested in like this government facility.
Quit taking your brother's toy.
And this rich guy kind of wants to exploit like these creatures and stuff like that. And then this Yeti and then this girl try to their paths cross and everything, and so they try to get him back to the Himalayas where he belongs. And same low battery, so I'm gonna fix that real quick, but it's still gonna keep going. Low battery because I don't charge my phone apparently at all during the day. So low battery mode. There we go.
Do we have enough time?
We have plenty of time. But yeah, so and then like she is like she wants to see the world and everything. So because her father passed away. Speaking of dead parents, her father passed away, and the next movie also has dead parents. Ooh my God, this is like the dead parents episode. She wants to see all the places her dad got to experience. You know, it was like an honor and like an homage to him. So she tries to take him back to the Himalayas where he belongs to his family. And it's a really cute movie. But the other movie,
so cute.
It took 2 days for us to watch it. I fell asleep during the climax and woke up at the ending, and she just fell asleep all the way through the climax and the ending. So we had
Once I'm asleep, I'm out.
We had to rewatch it the next day. But I enjoyed the ending again. It was a really cute movie. Now the next movie is I believe it won the best picture for the Oscars and all that jazz. Parasite is on Hulu, and it's like a Hulu exclusive. So only if you don't have it like on video, I think Hulu's like the only place you can get it. We watched it. I enjoyed it. She didn't like it, but because it's not your run of the mill. It's a drama comedy, is what the genre is. And it's not your run-of-the-mill drama comedy. It is Korean, so it is completely English subbed. It is Korean dialogue, but they have the English translation at the bottom of the screen.
But if you try to turn subtitles on, the subtitles are in Spanish.
They're in Spanish. So it's like English and then Spanish subtitles.
Well, it's like Korean,
yeah,
English, Spanish.
So we're conquering,
3 languages.
3 languages. But I liked it. I'm used to watching twisted and messed up movies that have like endings that are just like nowhere near happy endings. Obviously, growing up watching horror movies like Nightmare on Elm Street and Saw and everything, some of those movies have endings where it's like, oh crap. This one has a oh crap ending because it does not have a happy ending whatsoever.
There's nothing happy about it,
and
ever, actually.
Like she was saying in one of our previous takes that we were trying to get this thing done with, she likes a good versus evil story.
No.
Like somebody to root for, and somebody to root against is kind of like what I see it as. But I guess I totally mistranslated that because she says that none of the characters have redeeming qualities whatsoever, and all that good stuff. So
I am just, I totally understand having an antagonist and a protagonist, and I don't necessarily want it to always end in a happy ending. I don't necessarily want the good versus evil to be clear. I mean, hello, my favorite character in Harry Potter is Snape. I don't necessarily like good versus evil. I like a good brain teaser. The problem is that I have with this movie is not that it was a bad movie.
No.
It's that the family that they are trying to set up as the protagonist, they did a very poor job setting them up as a protagonist. Because in order for their actions to be somewhat explainable or excusable, you would have to have a great amount of sympathy for the family.
Yeah.
And they just don't do that. They spend 5 minutes showing that they live in poverty and that they're having a hard time finding a job. And I'm sorry, it just wasn't enough for me to actually consider this family that they spent so much time on as a protagonist. I didn't have any sympathy for them. I grew up in poverty. My parents and I did not commit the unexcusable crimes that this family did. No. And then they did do a very good job with the antagonist, though, which actually I would say that this film was flipped and that the family would be technically the antagonist, but they spent too much time. I don't know. It was just really confusing. The family that they're kind of screwing over definitely deserved more screen time, in my opinion. If you're going to flip it and tell the story from the view of the antagonist, then you need to give more screen time to your protagonist. That's just and maybe it's because it was a Korean film and I don't watch a whole lot of Korean films. Maybe that is a remarkable design strategy in filmmaking. I don't know. I'm not a filmmaker. I'm just saying it didn't hit home with me.
Right. But I mean, I liked it because it was funny in some parts.
It was.
And it was almost like a horror movie in some parts.
A lot of parts.
Especially like pretty much the whole third act of the movie. It was kind of just like, whoa. Just, I don't know. I kind of liked it. I didn't, like she said, they didn't spend enough time with the family. I was like, oh, woe is me. This is a poor family. He's just a poor boy from a poor family. Spare him his life with this monstrosity. Because the main character, that they focus on, they easily could have like had him be like this poor guy that can like rise above and do what he needs to do and then become wealthy and whatnot. They kind of lean towards that at the end, like he has like ambitions and goals and stuff for different reasons than that. But they could have done a little bit of a better job. But we have a few other movies in the queue that we need to watch. We put Misery in there. I watched Misery a long time ago as a kid. And she's never seen it, but it's based off the Stephen King novel Misery. And
I know what it is. I know the story. I just have never seen the movie.
And like I said, many moons ago, I think probably the last time I watched it, I think Bush was president. So that's how long ago it was.
How were you allowed to watch that while you were that young?
Are you kidding me? My dad introduced me to Freddy Krueger when I was 3 years old.
Yeah. My parents wouldn't let me watch Pokemon or Rugrats.
Yeah.
Rugrats, they had a real reason, because they saw my attitude and they were like, no, because if she watches Rugrats, she's going to be just like Angelica. Which I guess it works. I still have the attitude, but I'm not a bully, so that helps. That's
true. But, yeah, so we just have movies like that, and we have,
Get off your sister!
Stop humping your sister on camera.
Hey, forever.
This isn't Pornhub, this is YouTube, young man. So, we'll as we watch them, we'll probably give you more of an update with the movies.
She keeps taking the toy.
She does. But there were that was one of the topics we wanted to talk about. Another one, like I tried in the previous attempt.
Now, Matt, what I said was really good.
It was. I'm going to be short but tasteful with mine, and she is as well. This has been going on for a few days, obviously, and that's the George Floyd incident. Well, it's not really an incident. It was a murder. He was murdered. Let's be honest. Call a spade,
You can call it the Black Lives Movement.
Black Lives Movement. Yeah, this is an ongoing thing. And stop shoving your stuff over here. As a white man, I will never know what it feels like to be oppressed, and white privilege is the thing, in my opinion. And I just couldn't even begin to fathom any of that. Did I get another text? Okay, whatever. Somebody trying to get me to work for him. Not going to happen. And it breaks my heart that we've, within the span of, 300 years, we haven't been able to officially had, for everybody, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And that's something that obviously the founding fathers preached. Is it always the case? But whether you're white, Hispanic, Asian, African American, whatever you want to say, we all have a pulse. We all have a heartbeat. We all have red blood going through our veins, and we are one nation together. America's the biggest melting pot in the whole universe, obviously. And these damn dogs, man, they dropped it all the way down.
Chandler has it.
Okay, good. And so just love yourself and love one another. That's all I gotta say. And yeah. So any closing? What do you want to say about that?
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet too, because if I don't, I will start screaming and crying. But I will share something that I posted on Facebook that is the most profound original content that I've come up with. I'm not saying it's viral worthy, but if watching a man use his last breath on camera didn't shake you to the core, then you're part of the problem. And if you're scared of what is going on right now, first of all, you should be. Second of all, if you don't like being scared, remember that change is also scary. Mm-hmm. And instead of cowering in fear, change the world so that you don't have to be scared like this again.
There you go.
Because our brothers and sisters that are people of color have had this fear their entire lives. Their entire parents' lives, grandparents, great-grandparents. You want to go back as far as you can. They've experienced this fear. It's time for people like us that do have white privilege to open their mouths and end this so that we stop losing innocent lives.
Exactly.
And that's where I'm going to keep it.
And go back to mine. When I say love one another, that also includes people with an authority.
Yes.
Not all cops are bad.
Nope.
Not all blacks are hoodlums or, thugs or whatever you want to call them. They're people. So this isn't a
just like any other person. There's good people and there's
exactly,
bad people.
Exactly. Something that Ice Cube shared, he probably said it. I don't know. This isn't black versus white. This is racist versus non-racist.
Yep.
And couldn't have hit the nail any more on the head with that. Yeah. No.
And good on you to all of you who are standing in protests peacefully and are standing up with your brothers and sisters. And also, if you are law enforcement, thank you so much for protecting them and standing with them too. Yes, there are some officers that are not treating these protests the way that they should be, but there are many, many more that are kneeling with them and that are holding on to the hope that they need to hold on to so that they can continue to do their jobs correctly and flush out the ones that aren't.
Exactly. And, it's always, it's been in movies, it's been in TV shows, it's been in literature. They're corrupt cops. They're anything that you find, there's corruption within the system.
And there are guilty black people. There are guilty Native Americans. There are guilty white people. Like we said before, this isn't about blacks versus whites or cops versus the people. Not really. It is about bringing racial equality, finally. Because it's ridiculous.
There we go. And to quote Rick, and that's the way the news goes.
Yep.
So that's a wrap on that. So I'm going to give you guys a little tour of the bedroom. The colors, like I said, it was sky blue before on all four walls. Now it's a navy sea wall, and I love it specifically for the name Cloverfields. So Johnson's like, do we need to write down the name so we don't forget? I'm like, I'm not going to forget that name. So yeah, let's give a little tour. We did clean for you guys. There were Taco Bell boxes all over the place and empty cups. But yeah, for the most part, we got that taken care of. So, all right. So over here, we were talking about. Did we talk about this in this installment? The DIY thing? I think we did. But this is from the previous homeowners. They literally took 2 baseballs and cut them in half, and then they screwed them into the wall, and then put this. Like this, what'd you say? An ornamental thing. So this is the closet. So they open. But yeah, this is my side of the room. So I got my rack. I got a Buzz Lightyear, my hats, and I forgot to put this back in the laundry room. But I got what I like to call the two goats. Got Kobe Bryant and my Nana right there. That's the little goat corner. The Toronto Huskies did win the League of Shadows 1 year. We've sucked every single year before and after. And then there's a picture of me holding my niece Marley when she was preemie. And this is my jar that was it Christmas? You made this for me for Christmas?
Yeah, your mom gave it.
Yeah, but mom gave it. Yeah, this is that Ray Dunn. I call it redundant because I'm tired of seeing it. But because even my sister's getting involved with it. In here, she wrote little coupons that I pull one, and whatever it says, she has to do it. So if it says that she gives me, we go on a date night, obviously not right now during quarantine, but we go do that. And then the newest one that I pulled 2 weeks ago and still hasn't happened.
You got sick.
We did get sick. I'm not going to give her too much crap for it. But yeah, it was a back rub, so I got that coming for me. And then once that's finished, just pull another one and pull another one and pull another one. And when it's empty, we'll just refill it with other different kinds of things and, all that good stuff. Got my picture that I took with my sisters and my mom. When the church I used to go to, they had a little senior recognition service. And so that's when I graduated high school in 2011. She gave this to me as a present. It's to infinity and beyond, always. And then it has the date that we made it official. So yeah, and then over here, my vitamins and all that good stuff. Dog bowls, because this is what I eat out of. I have 2 of them. Lunch and dinner. There you go. Chewbacca, Groot, and then a Batman shelf that our friend Jess gave us. Thank you, Jess. It's one of the coolest things ever. And then my friend Zach, who lives, what is saying? Massachusetts? That might not be right. Michigan? I can't freaking remember, Zach. I apologize, bro. He got me this Batman Forever cereal box because he's a big Batman fan, and I went ahead and got the Batfleck one. This is actually your brother's.
Yeah,
this little
from when he was a kid.
Beanbag Snorlax, and then of course she bought me a Pickle Rick Pringles, so I tried those and they were fantastic. So that's I got a show over here. And then my nightstand right now has my laptop and the Slash of the Titans, which is a book about the movie Freddy vs. Jason.
And my dad's old band demo disc.
The Weasels. They did
the Flying
Squirt Weasels. They did they were a garage cover band where they did a bunch of they did AC/DC, and I think I heard Pink Floyd and stuff like that. They did.
Hotel California.
Oh, okay, there you go. So the Eagles, and then yes, I am a grown ass man and I sleep with a Batman pillow.
It drives me crazy.
I love it. But anyway, you want to show them your side over there?
I mean, there's not a whole lot to show.
That'll be the end of
I have Colin. Well, okay, I bought these little corner shelves at Family Dollar, and Colin struggled to put them in. It was really a struggle. But we eventually got them up, and it has my lamp that I've had since I was little itty bitty. It's a touch lamp, and I love it because it reminds me of my mom. And then my hair stuff and my incense with a glass incense holder that my dad made because he's artistic and I'm not in that sense. But I have my whole little makeup corner. So my nightstand currently has my paycheck, and a half of a pizza that our delivery driver brought because, we always share a pizza when we get one, and she wanted the pizza today, so she bought it, and she brought me my half when she brought me my paycheck, because she's the sweetest thing on the planet. I keep looking at the wrong side of the phone.
Happens. Just right in the middle.
And then I have all of my makeup and stuff like that here, so that I can do my makeup in my room instead of hogging the bathroom, because we have 3 people that live here and only 1 bathroom. So, and then I got this really cool mirror that mounts to the wall and it moves so that I can put my false eyelashes on and put my eyeliner on without, dying. And up there is a collage of photos that my mom took of flowers. She was a photographer, and I actually made that for my very first floral job, the person that made me a florist. And I was there for 4 years, but I made this and we hung it up in the shop. But when I left, I took it with me because it was full of my mom's pictures. And then that same person had that, wait, can you see it? The shine, it says shine on. Yeah. She had that made for me for my birthday one year. It has an inside joke with it, but she was always my biggest supporter, and she always pushed me to do the best things I could do, even if I fought her on it a lot. Behind us, we have these cute little signs that we actually bought for our wedding. That one says, loved you then, love you still, always have and always will, because always is our thing. And then, because always is our thing and we love Harry Potter, this is what we used as our guest book for our wedding. It's a stag, and then all of our loved ones that came signed it in gold leaf, with a gold leaf pen. And then above our bed we have, trying to angle it and see, it says, it was always you. Always. So that's my side of the bed.
All right, cool. And then the last thing is the piece of the resistance, and that is my movie collection, and games are down below. Actually games are right here. We moved all the other games because they had too damn many into the spare bedroom. But we got this alphabetized. It took us about a full day to do all that. And yeah.
It's all categorized.
Categorized.
Cataloged and is in a spreadsheet.
So I got all my Blu-rays that stretch from here all the way to here, and then I got my TV shows and box sets, and then the movies start here. But yeah, that's all we got today, guys. Is there like a flashlight or something? Or am I going crazy?
You're going crazy.
I left the pills. I'm seeing shit. But anyway, so guys, thank y'all so much. This was the first installment. We got 29 more to go. And I just want to say thank y'all for taking time to watch this. And I hope that it was informative and entertaining. And if not, then you're lost, I guess. So thank you so much once again for dropping by. And always remember my little piglets. Call him Pork Chop. Loves y'all the most. Y'all take it easy, guys. And I'll see y'all next time. You want to say bye, doggies? They don't care. They don't care. Do you want to say bye?
Bye.
Bye, guys!